There's a few ways that people typically get internships at studios, but there's one way that'll work basically 100% of the time. Home recording engineers and newly graduated engineers face a huge uphill battle when it comes to working in their field in any way, shape, or form. It's pretty rare to find somebody that has the audio talent and can work with clients and can negotiate business deals and all the other hats that engineers need to wear these days. It's very rare to find that in an intern. Plus, this is a hugely expensive business to get into. As a studio owner, I get approached constantly by musicians and engineers and other industry professionals looking for work. To this point, after 20 odd years, I've never hired somebody that just came in cold off the street. Here's what you need to know. Studios are not looking for interns. They take time to train, they slow projects down, they're a security risk, and are generally responsible for most of the wear and tear on gear, even after they've been formally trained. Here's the usual pitches that I get from potential studio interns. The first one is somebody that walks in with a resume off the street that may or may not have experience in the studio. That resume takes about 3 seconds to hit the garbage as soon as they leave the studio. Doesn't matter how well presented they are or how awesome the resume is. The next pitch that I get is from the person that offers to intern for free, which might sound like a great deal for the studio owner, but it's not. Internships still cost money and they still take time and they put the studio at risk, but also the person, once they're fully trained, is probably going to become the future competition for the studio. So why would I train my competition for free? I explain this to everybody that inquires about interning at the studio, but then I explain the guaranteed way to get an internship, which I'm going to share right away. Recording studios aren't usually massive companies that offer secure jobs. They're usually family-owned businesses by 1 or 2 people. And I can tell you as a studio owner, my main concern is finding the next project to record so that I can pay the bills and keep the lights on. If you approach a studio owner by coming in off the street or asking to intern for free, what I'm going to hear as a studio owner is that you want to slow me down, that you want to be in charge of a few $100,000 worth of gear, you want to put my studio at greater security risk, and you want to become my future competition. I'm also going to know that you've never had a recording contract, you have no idea how to negotiate, and you're probably not going to make clients feel that welcome either. And I'm going to know this because you just did all of this to me in your pitch. And I'm going to know this because you just did all of this to me in your pitch. Here's the guaranteed way to get a studio internship. The first way is find a band that's looking to record, or even your own band, and bring them into a studio where you pay the studio for it, but you do it on the condition that you get to intern while that project is happening. There's very few studios that wouldn't take that deal, even if it costs a little bit more, because you are going to slow them down a little bit. This is going to show the studio that you can actually bring projects in, which is of value to them, and you've already brought them one to get things started. But there's another way that you can get a studio internship. Most studios have some downtime between projects, and you can ask for a specialized one-on-one course where somebody will spend some time training you between projects, and you'll pay for it, but then you'll know exactly how to intern at their studio, and you'll have a high likelihood of getting some work that way. Plus, they're going to get to know you. They're going to get to know that you're a trustable person. They're going to get to know whether they like you or not. This is a great way to get your first internship. I tell people this information all the time, and the usual response that I get is, I don't know anybody that wants to record, and I have no way of finding them. The reality of running a studio is that 99% of your job is to find projects to record. And if you can't do this, you're not ready to produce music, period. Of all the interns that I've hired, I've either gotten to know them through like live work where they've been crew members, or they've taken a sound engineering course from me and I've got to know them that way. People want to work with people that they trust and that they know. So you have to find a way to get to know the studio owner, and one of the best ways is to bring value to them. At this point, for most people that want to intern, you have zero value to bring to a studio owner except wasting their time asking for an internship. If you do something that brings them value, you're really it's going to be unusual for them, I guarantee that, and you're very, very likely to get a studio internship. All right, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. That really does help the channel, and I work to respond to everybody's comments in the comment threads. Also, in the description, you can find a link to our new PDF called The 5 Pieces of Gear You Won't Regret.